It seems that Antarctica is a lifeless desert covered with ice, but its cold waters have always contained many valuable biological resources. Millions of tons of krill and small fish often attract those for whom this is the main source of food. And they, in turn, attract larger animals. Today, we will get acquainted with this spotted underwater hunter. Dress warmly, because we are heading south. This funny and, it seems, rather clumsy beast has a formidable name, the sea leopard. But when he is in the water, we will immediately understand who is who. After all, this is a real thunderstorm of the southern seas. The sea leopard belongs to the family of true seals and lives exclusively in Antarctica, terrifying its neighbors. After all, he is the only one from his family who feeds mainly on warm-blooded animals. And he is well prepared for such a hunt. Sea leopards grow up to 3 meters in length, and at the same time, they weigh about 300 kilograms, and these are only males. Females can boast a length of up to 4 meters and a weight of up to 400 kilograms. You will say this is a lot, but it's not. The fact is that his relatives, for example, elephant seals with a similar length, can weigh 3 to 3.5 times more. He has a very thin layer of subcutaneous fat, and it's amazing how this hunter doesn't freeze in such harsh conditions. The sea leopard has a very long, streamlined body, which allows it to accelerate in water up to 40 kilometers per hour. In addition, he is also incredibly flexible and can instantly change direction, and he is able to dive to a depth of 300 meters for especially tasty prey. The nostrils close automatically when diving, and there is a special muscle in his throat that blocks the flow of water into the throat when this underwater fighter opens his mouth. 2 rows of sharp teeth and powerful fangs are in his mouth. What else does an ideal hunter need? Of course, patronizing coloring and ferocious disposition. And our hero has all this. His skin is dark gray above and light, almost white below, which allows him to merge with ice flows and makes it difficult to detect in the water column. By the way, his skin has spots, including those from which the predator got its name. And all the inhabitants of Antarctica know about aggressiveness. The sea leopard has little interest in fish. He loves to feast on something bigger. And Weddell seals, crab-beater seals, and even baby elephant seals often act as prey. Their predator catches up right in the water and grabs with powerful jaws. Almost every crab-eater seal has a scar on its body from an encounter with a sea leopard. The sea leopard doesn't attack large seals and can peacefully rest with them on an ice floe, although it doesn't tolerate competitors in the water and is aggressive even towards its relatives, not to mention other seals. Sometimes sea leopards prefer penguins, which can make up to 80% of a hunter's diet. And here, the real skill of a predator is manifested, because he uses different tactics depending on the surrounding conditions. The leopard knows that the penguins need to get into the water in order to feed their offspring, so he watches for his prey near the ice floe. The penguin carefully peers into the water and then jumps, but he immediately crawls back out and steps back. The second attempt, and the animals dive into the water in a whole bunch, moving a little to the side. And they all emerge from the water because a hungry sea leopard swims there. Just look at this daredevil in the distance. The slightest delay and the leopard would have grabbed him. And the penguins immediately run away from the edge because they know how cunning their opponent is. he can easily lean out of the water and grab a penguin if he is close. Often, the predator jumps into the ice floes to drive the penguins into a trap, and then he easily overtakes his prey, even despite his clumsiness. But the penguin has a trick, namely, he pretends to be dead. And when the leopard loosens its grip to intercept the prey, the bird quickly runs away. But sometimes he can play with his prey without killing immediately, as benefits top predators. It's believed that he does this to train his hunting abilities, but in this case, the penguin has a small chance of salvation, which he took advantage of. Broken ice floes are a very dangerous place. They cover the water, and it's very difficult for the penguins to move there. And the leopard can swim under the water looking for a light lunch. But here, the leopard even pushed the penguin forward and allowed him to climb onto the ice floe, after which he climbed there himself. But apparently, he was surprised by the courage of the feathered one, which refused to run away, and the hunter returned to the water. Although such a smart hunter sometimes takes an unusual step and waits for penguins on an ice floe. Then, the unsuspecting bird finds itself in the teeth of a sea leopard, and it's already very difficult for her to escape from there. But penguins are also cunning, and even a sea leopard often fails to catch up with an experienced adult penguin. They have the advantage in numbers and jump into the water in groups to create confusion and increase their chances of success. The teeth of a predator are not adapted to chew food. Therefore, when a sea leopard catches his prey, he throws it to the side like a crocodile, trying to tear off large pieces. Such a feast always attracts seagulls who, as always, want to get their share, and the leftovers from the food fall to the bottom, where they will be eaten with pleasure by scavengers. Nothing goes to waste in the sea. Interestingly, the sea leopard is not at all afraid of a man and often swims close to him. But I would definitely be afraid to play with such a guest. Moreover, there is an official registered attack. In 2003, British scientist Christy Brown became a victim of a sea leopard. For more than 5 minutes, the predator kept the girl at a depth with his teeth until she suffocated. And although this is the only such attack, you have to be very careful with the leopard seal. For example, the beast can easily emerge from the water and in this way calmly bite through the boat. If there is no large prey nearby, the sea leopard doesn't despair, because he can eat small crustaceans, namely krill. And sometimes, the share of such prey reaches 50% in their diet. This trickster filters water through a hole between the side teeth and filters everything edible. Therefore, his adaptability can only be envied. By the way, if there is a lot of krill in the water, then our hero attacks seals and penguins less often. Like killer whales, the sea leopard is a master spearfisher and the dominant predator of the Antarctic. The difference is that this is a solitary hunter, and there are practically no contracts between individuals. Only in the summer, from November to February, they unite in small groups to procreate, and after 9 months, the female gives birth to a single 1.5-meter cub, which weighs 30 kilograms. For 4 weeks, he eats only mother's milk, which is so fatty that the baby literally eats it and then switches to underwater food. At this point, the ability of sea leopards to feed on krill comes in handy, because he can't get penguins yet. And such predators live for a very long time, up to 26 years. People don't hunt sea leopards. Perhaps that is why their population numbers more than 400,000 individuals, and they are not at all threatened with extinction. There must be at least someone to control the number of penguins. Thank you for watching this video till the end.